Yo, stop whatever you're doing because this story is straight up insane. Rampage Jackson's son, Raja Jackson, has just been allegedly officially arrested after one of the craziest wrestling incidents I've ever seen in my life. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this. It legit looked like a real-life attempted murder on a wrestling stage. Now, I've covered combat sports on this channel before, and I've seen some messed up stuff. Fans storming the cage, WWE fights getting a little too real, even UFC brawls outside the octagon. But this is on another level. This wasn't a heat of the moment scrap. This was a young guy with legit MMA training turning a scripted wrestling show into a full-blown assault, live on camera, with thousands of people watching. So today we're breaking it all down. What actually went down in that ring, why Raja snapped in the first place, how the arrest went down, Rampage's response, the insane fan reactions, and what this means for the future of both Raja and his dad's legacy. Trust me, you're gonna wanna hear every second of this because this story just keeps getting wilder. Before we even get into the incident, let's lay the groundwork. Who even is Raja Jackson? Most people only know him as Rampage's son, but here's the deal. Raja is 25, he's tried MMA, he's 0-1 as a pro fighter, so not exactly making waves there. He streams on Kick, usually hanging out with his dad, and has been trying to carve out his own identity in the combat sports and entertainment space. But here's the important part. Raja has real combat training. He knows how to wrestle, he's sparred MMA, he's been around the fight game his whole life. And that's a huge reason why this incident is so serious. Because when you're trained, you know the difference between play fighting and real violence. And Raja completely ignored that line. So this all went down at a small KnokX Pro Wrestling event in Los Angeles. If you don't know KnokX Pro, it's Rikishi's promotion. Yeah, the WWE legend who used to stink face people back in the day. His company runs local shows with smaller crowds. Think indie wrestling vibes, not WWE level production, but still entertaining for fans. Raja shows up with cameras, streaming on Kick. He's not booked for the show, he's not on the card, he's just there with his dad kind of hanging backstage. And this is where the fuse gets lit. Backstage, wrestler Stuart Smith, better known as Syko Stu, tries to mess with Raja. Now, to give you context, Stu is an army vet who uses wrestling as a way to cope with PTSD. He's not a huge star, just a local guy who's passionate about performing. So Stu sees Raja backstage, assumes he's part of the show because there are cameras on him, and decides to rib him. He smashes a prop beer can on Raja's head. Now, for wrestling fans, this is nothing. It's an empty can, it makes a noise, it looks dramatic, it doesn't hurt. But to Raja, totally different story. He doesn't understand it's a work. He instantly gets heated, like, what the hell was that? I don't play that. His energy shifts immediately into fight mode. The wrestlers around him are telling him to calm down, explaining it's fake, but you can see Raja is pissed. Now, Stu realizes right away he messed up. He apologizes over and over, says he didn't know Raja wasn't a worker, thought he was in on it. They shake hands, Raja accepts it, or so it seems. Because really, he's stewing, he's brewing on it. And that's when things go south. This is where Rikishi's promotion made the fatal mistake. Instead of just letting things die, someone decides, hey, let's turn this into a storyline. Let's make it part of the show. So they tell Raja he can get in the ring later and get some payback. Now here's the key. In wrestling, payback means fake it. You slam the guy gently, throw a couple of pulled punches, get the crowd to pop, and then leave. It's entertainment. But Raja, he doesn't get it. Or worse, he pretends not to get it so he can justify going full on. Either way, this was the turning point. So the match happens, Raja gets called out, and what does he do? He shoots a legit single leg takedown, slams Stu headfirst into the mat, and knocks him unconscious immediately. But instead of stopping, which any normal human would do, Raja jumps on top and starts unloading. We're talking 20 plus real punches. Haymaker, no pulling, no working, all real. Stu is completely limp, not defending himself, his body literally twitching. The ref doesn't step in, the other wrestlers hesitate because they think maybe it's still part of the act. Security is frozen. Raja just keeps hammering away until finally multiple people jump in to drag him off. And even then, he shoves people off to try and keep going. The man was gone. No self-control, no awareness, just pure rage. And it was all live on stream. Within minutes, clips of this are all over X, Reddit, TikTok. The Kick stream goes viral. Fans are screaming attempted murder. Wrestling fans are disgusted, MMA fans are embarrassed. You literally had people saying, this is the worst thing I've ever seen in a wrestling ring. And honestly, they're not wrong. Kick wastes no time. They permanently ban Raja from streaming. The clip is too brutal, too real. The wrestling promotion immediately goes into damage control, but it's too late. This is worldwide news now. Meanwhile, in the building, paramedics rush to Stu. He's unconscious for a scary amount of time before he's stretchered out. Later reports confirm he's alive, stable, but concussed and seriously hurt. Fans who were there in person said you could feel the energy shift from fun indie show to stunned silence. People didn't even know if they were watching a crime unfold in front of them. And now, the big update. Raja Jackson has been officially arrested. Police reviewed the footage, took statements, and this isn't just wrestling drama anymore. This is a criminal case. He's being charged with assault, and depending on what Stu's medical results show, it could escalate to aggravated assault, which in California could mean serious time behind bars. So yeah, Raja's not just dealing with internet backlash. He's facing real consequences now. Now let's talk about Rampage. His reaction got a ton of attention. Rampage was live streaming when he found out what happened, and you could see him immediately shut down the stream. Later he tweeted, calling it a work gone wrong. He said Stu had unexpectedly hit Raja with the can, and that Raja was told he could get payback in the ring. He also mentioned Raja had suffered a concussion days before in sparring and shouldn't have been doing anything physical. But fans didn't buy it. People were like, bro, we saw the footage. That wasn't a work gone wrong. That was your son going berserk. And honestly, Rampage saying misinformation in the first line just rubbed everyone the wrong way. It sounded like damage control, not accountability. Even though he did apologize later, people felt like he downplayed how serious it was. So here's where the internet starts pointing fingers. Some people say it's Rampage's fault for bad parenting. Others say it's Kick's fault for enabling toxic streamer culture. Others blame wrestling for letting an outsider in the ring. But the truth? It's Raja. Full stop. A prop can doesn't justify nearly beating someone to death. An apology was given. A handshake happened. This was pure ego, pure rage, pure lack of impulse control. And that's on him. Wrestlers have been furious, calling for Raja to be blacklisted. MMA fighters have been clear. This isn't what martial arts is about. Even fans who liked Raja as a streamer are dropping him, saying this crossed every line imaginable. It's rare to see both wrestling and MMA fans agree on something, but here, they're united. Everyone thinks Raja blew it.
Let's pause and really talk about the mindset here. Because this wasn't just a quick punch thrown in self-defense. This was someone who brewed on a small slight for an hour, then unleashed every ounce of anger they had on someone who couldn't defend themselves. That's not just ego, that's dangerous psychology. In martial arts, the first thing you learn is control. Raja had none, and that's why this isn't just a wrestling story. It's a cautionary tale about what happens when you give the wrong person combat training. And let's be real, Rampage Jackson is a legend, Pride superstar, UFC champ, Hollywood movies, the guy's an icon. But now his son's actions are dragging his name into the mud. People are questioning his parenting, his influence, even his legacy. That's brutal. One guy's screw-up shouldn't erase Rampage's career, but that's the reality of the internet. This story is going to follow him around. So what happens legally? Best case for Raja, he gets probation, maybe a short stint, community service, anger management. Worst case, if Stu has lasting damage, Raja could be looking at years. Assault with intent, aggravated charges, it's not a joke. And the footage is crystal clear. There's no denying what happened. At the end of the day, this wasn't wrestling. This wasn't MMA. This was a guy losing control and nearly ending someone's life over nothing. And now, instead of building his own career, Raja Jackson is facing the possibility of it all ending before it even started. It's sad for Stu, who was just trying to perform. It's sad for Rampage, who has to watch his son ruin his name. And honestly, it's sad for Raja too, because he clearly has no idea how badly he just messed up his future. But one thing's for sure, this story is far from over. We'll see what happens in court, we'll see how Stu recovers, and we'll see if Raja actually takes accountability. But for now, Raja Jackson is officially arrested, and combat sports just witnessed one of its darkest moments in years. So that's the full breakdown. The beer can, the handshake, the attack, the arrest, the fallout, everything. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Raja should do serious time, or was this just a fight that spiraled? And how do you feel about Rampage's response? Anyway, this concludes today's video. Be sure to subscribe to LoafTube for future celebrity videos and turn on that post notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Until then, see you in the next one.